Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Seer's Covenant, and I'm back again with another pick a card, messages from your deceased loved ones. I'm just going to get right into it and show you the piles. This is pile number 1 with the black tourmaline, pile number 2 with the jade, and pile number 3 with the citrine. So just take a deep breath and choose which pile you think will resonate with you, and I will see you at your chosen piles. Welcome, pile number 1. I have your cards right here, so let's just get right into it. Lay that over there. So the spirit messengers that came through for you are 1, discarnate. I haven't left you. I moved beyond skin. So this is a deceased loved one that hasn't fully crossed over yet. He's still sticking around you, sticking around the human physical. Source God. You are the breath I take through you. Which is interesting. 2 of those came out together. These 2 cards, the discarnate and the source God, are bookends of this entire channeling communication. The first one says, I haven't left you, I moved beyond skin. And the second says, you are the breath I take through you. And together, they form the living bridge between spirit and source. The conversation between the departed and the divine. The disincarnate card speaks for the soul who has stopped beyond the veil but hasn't stepped away. The source card represents the breath that animates it all, the divine current that moves through both the living and the departed. So everything that you hear in this pile number 1, flows through that current. It's not just a message from your deceased loved ones. It's a message from Source that unites you both. Alright, so let's lay out the cards that we got for you. Your first one is, I am tired of people saying that you are in a better place. With this card and coming out with Source, I feel like they truly are in a better place right now. They are with Source. They're not gone. They're not lost. They've absorbed into love itself. This doesn't dismiss the pain that you're feeling of not having them here, wanting them back. I'm sick and tired of people saying that they're in a better place. It doesn't dismiss any of that. But it is divine confirmation that peace has found them at last. And instant regret. I erased your videos. I regret it always. This card carries the ache of trying to protect ourselves from pain and realizing that in doing so, we erased part of their presence. It's the human impulse to delete, to hide, to make the loss smaller, but regret lingers because love can't be deleted. The message coming through from this card is the bond isn't stored in files or footage. They live in your memory, your heartbeat, your breath, and they're just all around you in the air. So forgive yourself for trying to survive it. And I see this shrine for you. I see the shrine you built for me. I stand there when you cry. This card speaks to the love that lingers in physical spaces. The candles, the photos, the keepsakes that hold all of their memories. The one you grieve still visits these places of light. And when you cry there, they come close. The shrine isn't for sorrow. It's a doorway of connection. A whisper that says, I'm still here when you remember me. And bridge flame, you hum to yourself without realizing I am the song. So Spirit is saying that he speaks in rhythm, not necessarily in words. It comes through music. This reminds you that your connection didn't vanish. It's transformed into vibration. The runes here represent harmony between the seen and the unseen. A reminder that song is prayer made light. And when you find yourself humming, swaying, or suddenly feeling peace for no reason, that's them, your deceased loved ones, whispering through the melody of your soul. And this is where grief becomes grace, where silence becomes song. A little affirmation if you want. I open my heart to the song of spirit. I am attuned to the melody of love that never dies. And your next card, thank you for fighting for me when I couldn't. Spirit advocacy. Spirit is acknowledging your strength, the kind of strength that doesn't always roar, but it quietly shields. The warrior rune marks divine protection and balance between action and surrender. They want you to know that every prayer, every fear, every moment you stood up for what was right for them, even when you were completely exhausted, it mattered, and they want to thank you. You fought for them when they couldn't, and in turn they fight for you now from the higher planes. This is a partnership of courage across worlds. And your next card, I didn't leave you empty, I left you luminous. Grace in action. This is a reminder that love leaves residue, not of pain, but of light. The deceased loved one that you have lost didn't just change your world, they rewired it for radiance. They found you when your flame was dimmed, and they breathed life back into your being. Their presence reawakened the part of you that had forgotten how to heal, how to feel alive again, how to laugh, and how to hope. My love is not buried, it's woven into your tomorrows. Spirit is reminding you that love doesn't end with the body. It threads itself through time, showing up in moments you least expect it. The bond you and your deceased loved ones have shared is not gone. It's evolving. It's becoming part of your path forward. Their love now moves with you in your choices, in your creations, and in your courage to begin again. Every sunrise, every spark of hope carries a piece of them. They haven't vanished completely. They've reappeared through you. The next card, forgive yourself as freely as I forgive you. This is Source speaking directly. It's reminding you that forgiveness isn't earned, it's returned. Every time you choose to release guilt, shame, or regret, you align closer with divine compassion. This isn't about pretending it didn't hurt or that you didn't make mistakes. It's about remembering that love never withdrew from you. The same grace that forgave you long before the pain ever happened still surrounds you now. And you don't have to keep punishing yourself to prove your worth. You are already forgiven. And that forgiveness is your freedom. The next card, build an altar with things that made me me. And it goes with that one. I see the shrine you built for me. This is not just a call to remember. It's an invitation to rebuild connection through creation. Your deceased loved ones wants you to celebrate the essence of who they were, not the loss of what was taken. Gather what carries their frequency, their music, laughter, color, scent perhaps. Every small token becomes a living prayer when placed with love. This altar isn't about grief, it's about gratitude. It's where memory becomes movement and where their legacy breathes through your hands. When you build it, they will come, not as guests, but as light. And I got one more card. Visit the place where we first met and whisper to the wind. So this is an invitation for you to walk between worlds. They're inviting you. Spirit is asking you to return to the place where it all began, where your bond was first woven. Go there, in body or in memory, and speak to the wind. Albus, the geomancy on there, tells us that the air itself remembers. It carries truth, forgiveness, and love farther than time ever could. And when you whisper, they hear you. When you breathe, they breathe through you. This is not just a place, it's a passageway of peace. And an affirmation, the wind remembers what the world forgets. Pile number 1. Everything you've heard in this reading is part of a simple breath, one that began beyond the veil and moves through you now. The discarnate speaks through memory. Source speaks through light. And together, they remind you that love never vanished. It simply changed form. When you build, whisper, forgive, and remember, you become the altar itself. And I think that's all I have for you for right now. If this reading resonated, please let me know in the comments section. And until next time, take care. Welcome, pile number 2. I have your cards right here. So just see what Spirit Messenger wanted to come through. Mother, my hands still shape your miracles. Use your ancestral magic every day. And your first card, I am angry at God and the universe. Crisis of faith. So sometimes even the most loving souls reach a breaking point with the divine. This message carries the voice of a mother who once held everything together until loss, illness, or fate broke the illusion of control. Her anger wasn't rebellion, it was heartbreak at how unfair the universe can feel when it takes too much too soon. Your deceased mother speaks not as someone who has turned from faith, but as someone burned by it and still trying to understand why. The message to her children is raw, human, and holy in its honesty. You don't have to pretend you're okay to still be loved by God. The crisis of faith isn't a fall, it's a sacred reckoning where anger reaches God level. It's not sin, it's grief expanding beyond the body. The letter V, I've noticed here, can stand for vastness. Your next card, I don't want to heal, I want you back. This is the moment when your soul stops pretending to be okay. The healing talk, trying to live again, doesn't touch the agony that you feel inside. You just want your deceased mother back. This is not weakness. It's rebellion against time itself. It is saying, don't tell me to move on when the one I loved has moved beyond the veil. Grief here is holy defiance, the refusal to accept that love has an ending. In this energy, you are not broken. You're just still in love with what death tried to take away. The heart says, I'd rather stay shattered than forget you. And spirit, deceased mother, here's that cry. And grief rebellion is the proof of how deep your love runs. And the healing will come the day your love no longer needs to fight to exist. And your next card, your birthday is a knife in my chest. Memories of birthdays past come to haunt you. The world can call it a celebration, but your heart remembers the collapse. You may have lost your mother on a very important day, her birthday, or a holiday. This card speaks to those who dread the special days because they no longer feel special anymore. They feel like traps in time. It's the ache of knowing the world calls it a celebration, but your body remembers the collapse. If your mother passed on a milestone, this is her acknowledgement that she knows how that day felt for you. She is saying that you don't have to pretend joy where the heart still bleeds. It's okay not to want to celebrate sometimes. And I am the old songs that play when you need me. So you will find your mother in melody, not in doctrine. She is in the old songs that do play. She's there around you when you're singing and you're dancing. You might hear songs coming out of nowhere that remind you of her. That's her being there with you. You are not crazy. You really did hear me. Feel like you have questioned your unexplainable experiences, let's say. The signs, the whispers, the creaks up the steps, the songs that play at just the right moment. That's your deceased mother looking to communicate and make her presence known to you. And this is your confirmation that the connection is real. It's not your imagination. It's communication. The bond between worlds doesn't break. It just changes frequency. Trust that you have felt it. You are never talking to silence. The spirit is always all around us. And I am the flicker and the light when you doubt. The flicker, the flash, the movement out of the corner of your eye are always your deceased mother is trying to get your attention. These signals, the sudden warmth, the flicker or the flash, these are signals of love and communication. And they're confirmation that she's really trying to get your attention and trying her best to give you the signs. Tell my story to someone who never met me. The spirit of your mother doesn't want you to be remembered in silence. She wants to live on through your words, your art, your stories about her. This is how memory becomes legacy and love becomes lineage. Every time you speak your mother's name or share one of her lessons or recipes, you're keeping her light moving through the world. There is a rebirth happening. You are stepping into illumination through remembrance. Build what they said I could never create. So you carry the blueprint that she couldn't finish. This message is for every creator who was told they couldn't even dream, every dream deferred that's now rising again through you. This is your mother's rebellionist defiance turned divine. Not rebellion, but rebirth. Her spirit challenges limitation and whispers. And your last card here, light a candle for me, but live like you are on fire. So this is pure empowerment. This is her soul saying, don't warn me through stillness. Light the candle. It's remembrance, but the fire is legacy. She's reminding you that your life is legacy. She's reminding you that your life, your art, your movement is her ongoing flame. And every spark that you create is her being all right again, being alive again, living again. So your past mother now moves through light, not gone, but glowing through you. Her first message: tell my story to someone who never met me. It's a call to remember her name and carry it forward. Build what they say I couldn't create. This is her challenge for you, to break away every boundary she once forced to make the impossible real. And light a candle for me, but live like you're on fire. This is her blessing, a reminder that love is not meant to anchor you in the past, but to ignite your purpose in the present. And I think that's all I have for you guys right now. If this resonated, please let me know. And until next time, take care. Welcome, pile number 3. I have your cards right here. And let's see what messages came through, what messenger came through. Not of your blood yet written in your fate, or in-law. And this is your mother-in-law, actually, that has come through. And her messages: I kept the clothes you died in, grief relic. This card is wrapped in scent and memory. The fabric holds what words couldn't. You're clinging to the physical reminder of the day your mother-in-law passed away. You're unable to truly let go because it's the only piece that feels real. The spirit of your mother-in-law steps forward, not in judgment, but in recognition. She knows what you kept, and she understands why you did it, why you kept it. She gets it. Bury your pain, resurrect your purpose. She's showing you that the pain wasn't meant to be your ending, but your crucible. Every loss reshapes the gold within you, and she's saying it's time to use that transformation. The burial isn't just of sorrow, it's of who you were once before this awakening, shall I say. And she is proud of the strength that you have forged in her ashes. She sees you. She sees you trying to rebuild your life after her passing. Grief is love that needed a longer story. She's saying that the love didn't end, it just ran out of pages in this lifetime. Every fear you have shed is part of that unfinished chapter. And she is asking you not to close the book, but to keep living it your own way. She knows your grief. It's proof of how deeply you loved her. And she wants you to know that love can continue, not as pain, but as her legacy. And look for me in the Blackbird song. So your deceased mother-in-law is showing me that her voice still moves through your world, carried on familiar sounds. When the blackbirds sing, or any bird really outside is, perched there looking at you. When a certain melody repeats, or even when you're silent and it feels thick with presence, that is her speaking in vibration, but not in words. She says you will know it's me by the way your heart stills for a moment and then it softens. And you are not crazy, you are connected. So you're very psychic, You're picking up on these signs, I believe. And she's saying the signs you feel, the chills, the whispers, the timing of things, none of this is your imagination. You've always been sensitive to what others cannot see. And she is reminding you that this connection is sacred. She is saying you're not losing your mind. You're finding your frequency in order to be able to talk to her. And I'm sorry I left you to explain my death. So you're probably one of the first ones that have seen her die. You probably witnessed it. She's acknowledging the heavy silence that you're forced to carry. The questions, the looks, the things nobody could understand but you. telling people over and over what happened to her. Her message to you isn't just an apology, it's a release. She says you were never meant to defend her and her story. She says you lived it with me and that's enough. She wants you to set down the weight of justification and keep only the truth and love. Let yourself laugh again. I want that for you. She wants you to bring joy back into your life, happiness. She doesn't want to see you sitting around depressed and unhappy. She truly wants you happiness again. And I visit you when you laugh, not when you grieve. That goes with this card. Happiness is not a betrayal for your grief of her. Every time you smile, she draws near. The vibration of joy is where her spirit lives now. Light, free, unburdened. She says, I'm with you in those moments that you let go, and the things that make you snort or giggle, that's me. She says, she don't hold your breath for me to breathe and live. That's how you honor me. Laugh, have fun, enjoy life. And my legacy isn't just memory, it's your next breath.